New York City. Welcome to All Night with Joey Reynolds. Joey's guest tonight, comic David Konig. Independent Party official Carrie Sackett. Comic Tom Cotter. Comedian Cory Kahaney. Author and jazz critic Will Friedwald. Our musical guests, Pamela Luss. And the Uptown Band featuring Erich Cawalla and Jenifer. Ladies and gentlemen, Joey Reynolds.
I want to see you work. I want to see a grown man cry. Now look at this band over here. See, there's no band. I mean, look at the instruments, see? It's amazing. We rented the instruments because we don't have a budget. But we had a trade deal with Sam Ash.
There you go.
And they gave us, there's no band. No music. We can't afford musicians. But it looks like we got looks like we're doing business here, right? You know, and actually this whole set, this is Avatar. You know, I'm not really here. I'm a hologram.
I'm by myself.
But you know, there are people standing outside. Turn the camera on, Daniel, can you, for a minute? They're standing outside. We haven't put the sound on outside yet, and they're watching.
They're wondering what's
going on. They know there's a show, but they don't know what the hell I'm saying.
Let's say hello. Wait,
you know, now they're all running.
The camera.
They're all running away from me now. They must have seen the show. That's why they're going home. No, it's low self-esteem week. That's all. You know, you know, everybody knows that I'm on loan from the home for the relatively unimportant, and I've been here for a few weeks.
Yes.
You know now, and I'm the only guy who hasn't gone to Egypt.
Every newsman in America
don't miss it at all.
And got beat up a couple of times.
I know. Well, some of them you want to send them over there for a good beating, you know, and you hope they come home. There's no Reynolds rap tonight? Why didn't I go outside? I went outside, but it didn't work?
It worked.
It worked, but what?
Tape problem.
You got a tape problem. See, the crowd's going the other way. The tape that I did outside is gone. It's going to be one of those weeks.
One of those weeks.
No, I can't do this too much longer now. I'm going to go back to a dead medium. I'm going to have to go back to. Well, see, I want to do the show door to door. That's what I want to do because I love people very much. I think they're great.
Yes.
And you got to talk into the mic if you're going to talk at all.
Can they hear me from here?
I can hear you in the mic.
Can you hear me in the mic? All right, I'm on the mic now.
There you go.
I'm on the mic.
Yeah,
Yes,
and we've enhanced your voice. They give you reverb. They give you equalization. And me, Joey over there makes me sound like a twerp, you know. No, it's just fun. We're just having fun. You know, when you're in a window like there are people that gather.
Don't go near him. Here he goes to the camera now. Watch
there's a Hasidic Jew. The guy's got a big hat there. Look at that. See?
Yes.
Now that's the Brooklyn.
That's New York.
Not allowed to be photographed. It's not Friday. You can be photographed. It's not Friday. That's all right. Thank you very much. Sei gesund. We had the Jewish Hour. We tried that on. I've been doing that on the radio for about 14 years and decided to put it on television. Big mistake. Big mistake, you know, because people are used to hearing something and in their heads, there's a glamour in your head, you know. And Jack Benny learned that a long time ago, too. I think famously, Fred Allen? Fred Allen, yeah. I mean, if you go back that far.
That's true.
But years ago, radio was all we had. And you would get on the radio and you would do this drama or a comedy show and make sound effects. And people at home had the theater of the mind, you know.
That's correct.
And of course, in my head, I have arena seating.
And
you know, I mean,
didn't make it. If you
I got AMC and popcorn up here. Incidentally, while we have the mic, just for the sake of this, I saw this movie about getting fired. This thing with Ben Affleck.
Yes.
About the company man. Yeah. What is it? I forget the name of the picture. I saw it last night. But it's a movie about getting fired. You know, which I could relate to. I've had 38 jobs. And it never gets good, you know. I mean, you never ever feel good about unemployment. No. And I had, just before I came here, I had unemployment for a while, you know. I mean, unemployment means you're not getting a regular check from a regular place. Now, the guy who writes out my checks is standing behind the camera over there. Did you see what, he ran with that other crowd. Did you see the crowd that was standing up front? He went home with them. And the checkbook went with him. No, I've been unemployed. I've had a lot of jobs. You know,
it's part of our business, though. It's what we do.
But I don't take that as part of our business. You know, I mean, do the people at Swift & Company say, you know, a dead cow is part of our business?
But they're not broadcasters, and we get fired like we wear our next day socks.
But you don't get used to it.
No, you
don't get used to it. I mean, you know, nobody ever. It's unpleasant.
It is very.
When someone stops paying you. You know that?
I was taken off the air in the middle of a show.
Were you?
Yeah, it's true.
Well, I think I've had a lot of intermissions in my career, and I've been pretty much bouncing back, you know, and every time you bounce back a little higher, and then people have to...
Well, that's the secret to our career. You know this.
That's right.
Remaking yourself is the key.
Well, I don't know that we make ourselves. I think it takes somebody behind you to really make it what it is. And I went to Lehman College today. I was in the Bronx, and I was with some young people starting in television. Mm-hmm. And they were all around me, and they were mesmerized by the fact that I know how to text message on my phone.
Really?
Yeah, well, you know, older people aren't supposed to be able to do that. Yeah.
That's true.
And then there's a guy who wrote me and says, you're not supposed to say you're older. I mean, what are you supposed to do? Stand here with this face and say that you're 22 or you're Ryan Seacrest's
amazing.
Beauty Secrets? You know, I mean, come on. What are we doing? You want to start a show here? Yeah. Really?
I think we're ready to
What
start
was
a
wrong
show.
with what I was doing?
Well,
what the hell do you think they're here for? They're giving you a whine like you got to go begin something else.
Well, it's time.
Don't be so sure the next thing is better than what I'm doing here.
Time secrets.
Take it easy.
Commercial break.
No, we got a great show tonight.
Yes,
It's just not here. No, we got one. I'm just being self-deprecating.
I can do the announcement again.
No, please. You screwed up already. 2 names. Get out of here. So this is a nonstop show. It will always be on every night between midnight and 2 on all of the channels that are in the New York and the Connecticut and the New Jersey area.
That's correct.
And until we get this down right, we're going to stay here every
right
night.
Here. We're not moving.
All right, we'll be right back. Let's take a break.
Hi, Dave Konig. I'm in the hallway, and pretty soon I'm going to be in the studio with Joey Reynolds all night.
When New York celebrities have something to say, they head for the stoop.
This is my stoop. I gotta come to the stoop.
Talk Stoop.
I feel like we're so close that we could kiss. This is a whole other kind of stoop.
It's where Cat Greenleaf gets people talking.
What? Really?
Yep.
That's amazing. Yes. Listen, Naked. Do you mind if I call you Naked? Tell me something good.
The best of New York on a stoop in Brooklyn.
The celebrity butts that have graced the stoop.
Talk Stoop, weeknights at 8 on New York Nonstop. Sponsored by Cozy. Life should be delicious.
I'm an anchor and a pilot.
I am passionate about chocolate.
I am a ballerina.
I'm the daughter of a jazz musician.
I am a 4-time New York Golden Glove champion.
I'm my grandpa.
Yeah, I'm a grandma.
I'm interested in the story behind the story.
I'm making this look natural.
I am glamorous.
I'm an anchor and a blues girl.
I am all about my craft.
I am New York.
I am New York.
I'm a New Yorker.
I am New York.
I am New York.
I recommend a steak.
This place is
really great. I recommend this place.
We're all about New Yorkers. LX New York. It's the story of the moment. A taste of the best. It's opening night. A helping hand. The characters of New York. The spirit of New York. Told our way. LX New York. Weekdays at 5. We're all over town.
We got that big news desk now. I guess this is after the Super Bowl. We should sit here and quarterback the game. Find out why Pittsburgh didn't do well. You know, we have a show that's pretty amazing because it's organic and viral, and you never know where we're going to go with it because we don't. So how could you, unless you have some sort of a secret which you can't put on the air here very easily without going through a director, a producer, and 18 different people on the staff. But everybody knows very much that this is the technology of the future, you know, where everybody is using the digital means. And I want you to pay close attention to the next guest because they bring him in here to aggravate me. Let's bring out Dave Konig. David, come on. Take the long perp walk.
The long perp walk to the Joey Reynolds Show. Here we are. We're back on the show. Hello, Joey.
Didn't you just leave?
I slept here overnight.
I thought.
I'm still here.
You were just here the other day aggravating me.
I was here aggravating today, but I'm not going to aggravate you today. Today we're going to have a good time. It's going to be nice and peaceful between us.
No, everything's gone wrong today.
No
It's
underlying tensions.
No, it's already gone wrong.
No, I'm excited. I'm very excited. I got a call from my agent, and apparently after the Super Bowl, you know, the halftime show, people were unhappy a little bit with Fergie and all that. They're going a different direction next year. I just got the call. I'm going to be doing the halftime show on the Super Bowl next year. I'm going to do 12 minutes of awkward crowd work. Is what Row 37, seat 212. Where are you from? So it's going to be great. It's going to be great. It's going to be. I'm very excited about it.
Well, the people from Pepsi-Cola are watching tonight.
Are they sponsoring the show?
So
yet?
would you think I'm brown-nosing a little bit?
Some Pepsi going.
Yeah,
here.
have some. You guys want one? Come on. You guys, come on.
It's carbonated.
Yeah, it's all part of the schmooze.
You want some? There you go.
Come on, Daniel. Everybody have a little Pepsi.
Hey ho! There you go. Yeah. Everybody gets a Pepsi.
Come on, open it up. You got to have one. You got to open it up
All
and
right,
have
here we go.
some. This is the zero tolerance.
This is good
no,
stuff.
that's the other company. This is the Max, right?
Ooh,
that great?
that's carbonated goodness right there.
This is great. I'll tell you, this Pepsi boy,
This hits the spot.
They also make other things.
Do they really now?
Yes,
they have
do.
other product line in
They
Pepsi?
do.
What else do they
They
make?
have the Diet Pepsi. They have
for
regular
the
Pepsi.
people who are on a diet, don't want to gain weight.
Regular Pepsi.
For the people who want to gain weight.
Yeah. And they have Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper for the
there.
people who don't like Pepsi.
And Seagram's, the ginger ale.
Ginger ale
They
for
have
the
that.
people who don't like the dark caramel flavored syrup in their beverage.
They bought what else? There's another orange one they make. What's the one? Sunkissed.
Sunkissed.
Yeah.
So there are many Pepsi products that could in fact be sponsoring the Joey Reynolds Show.
And I think they make Frito-Lay. I'll bet you can't drink just one.
You can't. You could have Frito-Lay with your Pepsi carbonated beverage. And that's a diet I think we can all get on board with.
So this is my favorite soda pop.
I'm excited for you.
You know, if you're from Buffalo and Western New York, it's called pop.
That's what they call it up
Rochester
there?
and Syracuse,
Pop?
yeah, they call it pop.
Yeah.
Here it's soda. Soda, yeah.
Yes.
So we have a combination here in New Jersey and New York. They have a deposit that you put on the cans, you know, when you buy them.
That's part of the whole recycling effort
That's
that's
right.
so popular amongst the kids today.
And bag ladies.
Yes.
Who retrieve these things.
I never know which camera is on.
Don't look at any of them.
All right.
Look at me.
Yes, Joey.
What?
Yes.
Oh, you're going to get camera conscious now?
So
I told you this is one of those nights, right?
Yeah.
Where it's a crazy night.
So are you hoping that the Pepsi Corporation is actually watching this show right now on NBC New York Nonstop at 12:07 a.m. and that they will be so impressed by this display that they will give you money to endorse their product on the air?
That's what we were hoping for.
Yeah.
And you know what? Tonight's probably the night that the guy forgot to watch.
Yeah.
The
Well, I
Pepsi
hope it
company
works
is-
out for you.
It's the right person.
Because you've invested a whole $6 in this deal.
That's right.
Yeah.
I went out and I bought. No. I got a deal.
Yeah.
I went to Costco.
Yeah.
With my card.
Right.
And it was $4. That's what it was.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
I got a good deal
Good
on
work.
this thing. Now, do you,
Maybe Costco will sponsor your show as well.
no.
All right.
Now, do you have an idea of what Johnny Carson used to do with Charles Grodin? Charles Grodin was on his show.
Right.
And he used to rag on him like you do with me, you know.
Yeah, but I don't feel I'm hostile towards you, Joey. I feel like I'm supportive of you and you're supportive of me. I did feel there was last time I was on the show there was a certain underlying tension, a little edge to some of the things that were going on.
Yes. And
was it something I said?
yes.
Yeah.
It was.
What did I do?
I don't want to go over it again because then you'll say it again, and I don't.
Was
want
it my chair? Is because my chair was up here?
No.
Was that
Actually, you were on the other side.
Yeah.
And you were saying all these things to me that indicated. Are you pumping
No,
yourself up
I'm-
again?
Here we go.
Making yourself higher?
There we go.
you go.
Yes.
Yeah. Do not ever be higher than the host. You have to learn that principle. You know what?
But what did I say to you that upset you so much?
I don't want to do it again.
All right.
I mean, you know, but you upset me.
Because I feel bad. I certainly didn't want to upset you.
What if I had lost the show and you took it over after that?
Do you fear that would happen? Is that a concept in your mind that's bothering you?
I do.
So you genuinely feel we have an all about Eve kind of situation?
Well, because it's
going on
two
here.
guys. Maybe we need a girl in here.
You know, we can get a girl in here.
We got Cory Kahaney.
We got Cory Kahaney,
and I'm going to bring her in now. She's a hot chick who's funny.
She's funny and talented.
And she's also my friend.
She is your friend.
So do not embarrass me.
I would not do a thing to
Cory,
embarrass
come on out here,
Cory.
Cory. We need a little female energy.
Do we have Cory here? Is Cory Kahaney on the set?
Too much
the lovely
male,
and talented?
too much testosterone.
Hi, everybody.
See, Cory can settle us down a little.
Exciting. You
Cory,
know,
come on in.
The Joey
Sit down.
Reynolds show, it's always been on my bucket list.
Let me welcome.
Thank you.
Wonderful. I'm glad to hear that opening.
Thank you for getting up. Wow,
No, it's wonderful.
This is
It's great.
That?
All right, so, you know,
congratulations.
Thank
on
you.
The show.
It's exciting.
Dave Konig's been aggravating me. He's been on a couple times. He was even on the pilot for the show.
Yeah.
And, you know, I just feel like he's moving in closer and closer to...
You must have the best agent, Dave.
My agent says business is going to pick up just as soon as she gets a phone. But you know, Cory. But no, yeah. So Joey senses that. Now you've worked with me. We've done shows together. Do you sense me as kind of a hostile person to work with?
Not at all.
See, there you go.
No.
Has he ever replaced you in any of these gigs?
No, actually, Dave's very good at replacing people.
I know that. I've watched.
That's his fear. He's afraid I'm going to replace him on his own show.
Are you getting an All About Eve vibe?
But I was thinking he was going to do it while he's here.
Yeah, actually on the air.
Yeah.
He's standing by.
Yeah, he is. I mean, you know, I used to work in L.A. at KMPC with Gary Owens. You know, Gary was on Laugh-In, you know, the announcer.
The announcer guy, yeah.
And Gary used to, and this is
that was
dead
before
honest.
my time, but
No,
I'll play
no.
along.
It's not before your time. This is dead honest.
Okay.
Gary used to carry on the road a tuxedo in case the host at a roast or any one of these events faltered or couldn't make it. Gary made a quick change, and he would get up there and do his tight 10, and that was the end of it. You know, I mean, the end of someone's career, the beginning of his. But he taught me that. He said,
That's
you know,
a great idea.
bring a tux.
Bring a tux.
Yeah.
Wherever you go, just in case.
So you guys are working together now,
We
right?
are.
Yes.
We're doing a great show together.
We
Cory
are.
And I and Ross Bennett and Tom Cotter.
Well, we should bring Ross out here.
We will.
We got Ross Bennett?
Let's bring Ross Bennett.
Ross,
out.
come on out here. He's another guy that's trying to take over.
But we're doing a great show. It's called Pastrami on Rye with Mayo.
Oh, what's that?
The show is called Pastrami on Rye with Mayo.
Why? What is that? What's the
Well, we don't want you to eat it.
Yeah.
We want you to see it.
I want you to see the show.
It's you know there's a stigma about putting mayonnaise on pastrami.
That's
You
right.
It's a sin.
Right.
It's a crime.
Yeah.
But so we're playing with the idea because it's two Jews and two Gentiles.
So every time a Gentile puts mayonnaise on pastrami, a Jew dies.
Yes.
Is that it?
Or they have to go on Lipitor.
Yeah, that's it. Because it is offensive. It's offensive.
Well, there's a famous story about Zero Mostel, and I think it was at the Carnegie Deli. And apparently somebody ordered pastrami on white, and then they asked for mayonnaise, and Zero Mostel stood up and he said, "This man needs to be removed from the restaurant," because he said it was a shanda. Shanda, for those at home.
It's a shame. But the show is great. It's a great show. It's the four of us, the four comedians, and we do our stand-up comedy. But there's also storytelling, and there's a play involved in the show. And so it's kind of a cross between Catskills on Broadway and Miss Saigon. It's got very high production values. We have a chopper that comes in. It's fantastic.
Now, do you think this audience at home has been to see Miss Saigon and Catskills on Broadway?
This audience, I'm sure they're very
Your
knowledgeable.
frame of reference might be a little bit of a stretch at this point.
think so?
Well, out of the five of them, maybe one.
Yeah. Oh, now you're thinking there's a small audience. No, see, the problem with this is that there's a large audience that just happens to be a small crowd here that doesn't acknowledge the fact that people are watching us and thinking, what a bunch of a-holes we are.
No, for those of you who are watching at home, we say thank you for tuning in. We say thank you for tuning in, and please get help.
Yeah.
Both of you.
Oh, here we go again. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back with a larger audience and maybe some different guests.
Everyone's here.
Hang in there, and we'll bring Tom Cotter up.
Sandler
Be right
and Young
back.
are here. Joan Embry from the San Diego Zoo is here.
Joey Reynolds Show, sponsored by Pepsi Max. Dr. Pepper also has a laxative cola called Dr. Pooper, and I recommend it highly. I gotta go.
Hi, I'm Howard Dvorkin, the founder of Consolidated Credit. For almost 2 decades, Consolidated Credit has helped millions of Americans just like you. We've helped nurses and doctors. We've helped police officers and firefighters. We've helped homemakers and home builders. We've helped over 5 million people suffering from credit card debt. And now we want to help you.
Consolidated Credit is the one company you can trust. Our exclusive Freedom Quest program can help you find options and solutions to your financial challenges. We can reduce your monthly payments by up to 50%, consolidate your bills into one easy payment, save you thousands in interest and fees, and help you get out of debt fast.
When credit card debt is the problem, we're the solution. We've helped over 5 million people. Let us help you.
You're one call away from financial freedom.
Call Consolidated Credit now. 1-800-440-2181. 1-800-440-2181.
Picture wonderful guests, terrific music, and comics that are really funny, and a host that's okay. That's me, Joey Reynolds, on NBC's New York Nonstop, and what the show is called is All Night with Joey Reynolds. We're actually doing the show from the NASDAQ market site, which is at 43rd and Broadway in Times Square. This is a show worth staying up for all night with Joey Reynolds on NBC's New York Nonstop.
Computer problems? Not a problem for Computer Haven. At a loss at what to do when a computer malfunctions or that inevitable virus strikes? Then call the guys at Computer Haven, the safe place for all your computing needs. Experts in computer and laptop repair, upgrades, and new custom-built PC, desktops, and Macs. Give us a call today, 732-264-1100, or visit us at computerhaven-nj.com.
Probably saw the commercials on Super Bowl. And one of the big things about advertising agencies is they have these singers and they do jingles. The very first jingle in the history of broadcasting was a Pepsi-Cola jingle. Pepsi-Cola hits the spot, 2 full glasses, that's a lot.
That was their full glasses for a nickel too. Pepsi-Cola is the drink for you.
I didn't want to bring the nickel up.
Okay. That ages it a bit.
That's kind of negative.
Yeah.
But the other one is you probably remember this, the Come Alive, you're in the Pepsi generation.
Sure, very exciting, yeah. Pepsi generation.
And at one time, I think, if you really go back, the Pepsi-Cola had Joan Crawford as a chairperson.
She was the chairperson for
the company.
Absolutely. She used to mix the Pepsi with her scotch, and those meetings just flew.
I was trying to hide that one too.
Well, I think that one's out.
Is it?
But advertising has changed so much.
Yes.
I watch baseball. My son is a big baseball fan.
Right.
And it's very embarrassing. I can't watch the games anymore with him because they figured out that middle-aged guys watch baseball. So all the commercials are geared toward every other commercial. Some guy who looks like me has lost complete control of his bodily functions. And now with digital video and TiVo, it's even worse because they know you don't have to watch the commercials. So what do? They sneak them into the game every chance they get.
Yeah.
You turn on a ball game, what do you hear? Here's the windup and the pitch. And that ball is low and outside. And if your balls are low and outside, there could be a prostate condition. Try Flomax. It's not right, Joey. It's not right.
Beep.
I was watching a game with my husband, and they had the Cialis commercial.
The Cialis commercial.
But I couldn't figure out what the drug did. Like it was so vague. They told you got that it was for men and it was a pill, but they kept showing the woman, and the woman was so happy. And I finally said to my husband, "What does the pill do? Help the guy make more money?" I couldn't understand what the pill did.
The thing I don't understand about the Cialis commercials is always the guys and the girls in the bathtub. They're in the separate bathtubs.
Right. I have those.
If the guy got in the same tub with the woman, he wouldn't need the pills. This is when I'm not a doctor. I'm not a doctor. I'm just thinking.
Well, when I hold hands with my husband and we're in side-by-side bathtubs,
We're going to bring Tom Cotter out because Tom took the drink. And now he's ready. You know, once you take the drink, you're ready to rock and roll.
Did he drink the Kool-Aid?
He had the Pepsi.
He had the Pepsi.
Not the Kool-Aid.
All right. Speaking of erectile dysfunction, Tom Cotter.
Here's Tom Cotter right
Tom
now.
Cotter.
Hi, Tom. How are you?
There he is.
Oh, comedy.
Oh, the gags.
Well, there goes that workman's comp.
Yeah, I won't sue, I promise.
Hello, Tom.
Look at this company you're keeping.
Don't hang around with these guys. It's liable to rub off. Sit
May
down.
I?
Thank you for the boost, Pepsi boost.
Yeah,
Nice.
anything I can do. Thank you for the booster seat for the dwarf. Thank you, appreciate that.
Hey, you're not that short.
Yeah, I make cookies in a hollow tree, but that's all right.
But you have a family now.
I do have a family.
Of how many people?
I have 3 sons and a wife, so I have 3 small mouths to feed and 1 big one to listen to.
And how does it go?
It goes well, yeah. They're wonderful. The fruit of my loins. I enjoy them thoroughly.
Is that the name of the underwear?
No, they're not sponsoring us. It's Pepsi
no,
Max.
it's Pepsi Max.
Yeah.
So you like this drink here, do you?
I'm a big fan. I'm a big soda guy anyway.
Yeah.
So I did the voiceover years ago for Doritos Max, and then they changed it to Wow because it had Olestra in it. And
they had to change it because of the Olestra.
Yeah. The Olestra caused abdominal cramping, to be kind, and so they had to change that. But the name of the product was Max. It was Doritos Max, and you don't care about this, but it's the same
I do.
company.
I think most of the products that are on the radio and television right now are medical products or else Geico.
Yes.
You know,
they need a gimmick, those Geico people.
The Geico kids?
If they just had a gimmick, I think they'd do so much better.
Well, how about the Allstate? You see what they're doing now?
Right.
They're going to rescue you from every ill there is on the planet.
I want to know how clean those hands are. Am I the only one? Is there hand sanitizer? All those hands, you're in good hands.
Is this the Mayhem guy who's on the...
Yeah, Mayhem. Yeah, they don't do the you're in good hands anymore. They do the Mayhem thing.
But that's still their motto.
Yes.
Is it?
You're in good hands with Allstate.
It
You're
used to be owned by Sears, you know. Allstate was Sears.
Oh.
And there was profit sharing in the company. I have a brother-in-law who worked there for 30 years. You know, you would get a piece of the profit. Then they cut that out. Remember? You know, Sears, all they did was sell bib overalls and
Right.
and Allstate insurance.
Right. So the idea was you could go and you could get some, you know.
And they owned Budget Rent-A-Car too. That was there.
And the tax code, don't you do your taxes at Sears now? What's the tax? There's a big tax firm that is now
H&R Goniff.
That's probably it. Goniff. There's a nice Yiddish word. How about that for a segue?
How about that? Are you from Boston?
I'm originally from my mother's uterus. It's warm and moist. I'm actually from the rock from under which I crawled is Rhode Island. But I consider myself a Boston guy.
Yeah, so you're close.
Yeah.
You like the Red Sox.
I love the Red Sox, the Bruins, the Celtics, and the Patriots, yeah.
That's it?
Well, those are my teams. The Red Sox. Can I just do this really quickly and show you how much of a fan I am? Those are Red Sox underwear.
Oh, that's exciting.
I don't know what else you want from me. There it is.
Well,
I can't be more loyal than that.
I guess you know Ross is in the other room.
He is.
And we should bring him out here because you four are working together.
We're doing the whole show together, yeah.
Yes.
We should bring him in here. Ross, come on in here now.
Well, we don't have a chair for Ross, do we?
Well, we'll find one. Ross Bennett. Ross has got another piece of this
not just
comedy puzzle.
Yes.
Come on, Ross.
It's Ross Bennett.
I don't want to make it. I don't want to. I feel left out.
Oh, do a walk on. We'll give you a chair over at the end.
I just feel left out.
There was a miracle chair next to Tom. Go over there.
Okay.
Is there a chair there? All right.
Now, what I love about Tom Cotter more than anything,
is
when he does something, he says something and then he buys it back. And he does it better than anybody in the whole world. I haven't set you up for it. No. I guess I'm killing it now.
No.
Do that funny thing you do. You know the thing that makes everybody laugh?
I wasn't going to say it that way. But
have I mentioned your impeccable taste in comedy? Have we talked about that yet?
No.
No. Because you do clearly have impeccable taste in comedy. Yeah.
And you must have some sort of a secret place in your head with
Ross and I have an announcement to make. I have many secret things in my head, but that's all, I work that out in counseling.
Now, Ross, you're in a very peculiar place besides
you told me to sit here.
Well, having your arm around Tom is probably a little strange to the audience behind you.
Tom, first off, neither of us have a discomfort with being close to another man.
You're secure. We're
secure in our own masculinity.
Okay, well, I didn't...
When we are on the road together, as Pastrami on Rye with Mayo, we often share a room. Sometimes a bed.
Sometimes bunk beds.
Sometimes there's spooning. Is this too much for you to handle?
We got to keep the costs down, Joey, when we're on the road.
Notice that's the Jewish side of the panel, right there.
We choose where we're going to eat for dinner. They go along for the ride.
Don't say they go.
I like it.
Did you notice the Jews are over there,
The Jews are
and
on
the
this side.
Gentiles are over
Yeah.
here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the side where checks get written. Just mentioning.
And for the viewer at home, it's very Jewish because they're reading from right to left, so that works out good too.
When we start our show every night, we stand in front of the audience and we play a game called Who Are the Gentiles?
Guess who are the Gentiles?
And the audience guesses who the Gentiles are. Tom and I sit down and they are shocked.
They're shocked when they find out that Ross is not Jewish.
That I sit down because everybody looks at me and they assume I'm Jewish.
He has to remove his trousers to make the point.
That's right.
Well, you kind of enjoy that.
Oh, well, again,
Well,
we spoon.
You're
First off,
comfortable. You're comfortable.
I think it's important to state that I always get a little help.
That's none of anyone's business.
All right, now hang in there for a minute because I want to hear all about NASDAQ, which is where we're sitting in this holy land.
Oh, yeah.
And Ross knows more about NASDAQ than any of us here.
Yeah, you know everything about NASDAQ.
Tell us about NASDAQ.
Well, first off, I think the important thing is that I own a phone, and my phone has access to the internet. So when someone says to me about NASDAQ, my first thing is, how do you spell it?
Yeah.
Okay, and then once they told me that, I'm 30 seconds away from important information about NASDAQ. It was. Do you want me to tell what I told you?
Go ahead.
That it was Bernie Madoff was on the board of NASDAQ.
How about that?
Now, Bernie Madoff is a Jew that we're not proud of, just so you know. We try to give him back.
Well, I think Bernie Madoff very well.
Yes, he did.
And in the end, he hasn't seen the end yet, but I don't think he's going to be real happy about it.
There are so many people who, before they leave this earth, destroys the lives of other peoples.
Yeah.
And yet, no one is ever going to feel that they are the worst person on the face of the earth anymore.
Thanks to Bernie Madoff.
Thanks to Bernie Madoff.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you have it.
So we've had some villains who have been celebrated in our lifetime, haven't we?
We have indeed.
But here's the worst thing about the whole Bernie Madoff thing. The worst thing about it is the Mets are stuck now with Luis Castillo and Oliver Perez, and they can't dump them because they don't have any money, and they got to pay all that money to them because Bernie Madoff took all of the Mets' money.
Good point.
Is that really the worst part, Dave Konig? People's lives
it's
were
up
ruined.
there. People's lives have been ruined by Oli Perez and Luis Castillo, and Mets fans know what I'm talking
But they're getting
about.
back, some of them, 10, 12 cents on the dollar.
There you go.
So they're only partially ruined.
By the way, how do you like all these topical Bernie Madoff jokes? Are they working for you?
Fresh as the day's news.
After the break, we'll be talking about the Lindbergh baby.
All right, speaking of that, we got Pamela Luss, the Uptown Band is coming up, and you know who they are, right?
Sure,
We
of
rented
course.
all those instruments. Those guys
Yes.
better play.
They're tremendous.
We'll be right back. Joey Reynolds is my name, and we got Cory Kahaney and also the late Tom Cotter.
And the Norman Luboff Choir, I believe, are coming in later.
And with us is Ross Bennett tonight.
I'll be doing my Nixon joke.
And the guy who wants the show very badly.
I don't want your show.
Dave
Stop
Konig.
accusing me of trying to steal your show.
We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm fitness celebrity Jenifer Nicoli. And if you're busy like me, then stay tuned because I'm excited to share with you the most innovative piece of exercise equipment ever.
Introducing the Ab Circle Pro, the fastest, easiest way to have the flat washboard abs and the sexy V shape you've always wanted.
Are you struggling to lose those love handles nobody loves? Now there's a machine so advanced, it targets your entire core, upper, middle, and lower abs, and even your obliques, all in one circular motion as it aerobically burns fat in just minutes a day.
The secret is the Ab Circle Pro combines cardio and abs to burn fat, while its unique friction-free track uses the momentum of gravity to target your entire midsection in a full circular motion, firing your core like no other machine has ever done. You'll firm and flatten your stomach in just weeks, not months. We guarantee it. Best of all, it's fun and easy and takes just 3 minutes a day. And watch this.
Simply remove the pin, and the Ab Circle Pro becomes a fat-burning bun and thigh machine.
On the Ab Circle Pro, I lost almost 3 dress sizes in a few short weeks.
With the Ab Circle Pro system, I've now lost 60 pounds, I feel great, and I'm one hot mama.
And now, through this exclusive TV offer, the Ab Circle Pro can be yours to try in your home for 30 days for just $14.95. And if you call within the next 10 minutes, we'll send you Jenifer Nicole Lee's complete Lose Your Love Handle system, which includes our 3-minute express workout and nutritional guide, absolutely free. That's everything you need to transform that body from flab to ab.
You have nothing to lose but inches. So pick up the phone and call now.
Call 1-800-709-1301 to try Ab Circle Pro for $14.95 plus shipping with credit card order. Call now for a free upgrade to priority processing so you'll get your Ab Circle system in 7 to 10 days or less. That's 1-800-709-1301. Call now.
This band. We are going to wear earplugs. Everybody in this room wants a cooking band, and we want to. They're going to blow us out of the room, but at home you have a little bit of control over your sound. Don't you hate when the commercials are louder than the actual show? Don't you hate that?
It's brutal.
Well, good, because now the music's going to be louder than the commercials. Here's the Uptown Band. Come on, you guys, rock and roll.
First you say that I am the one, and then you say you want to be free. You say our love is everlasting, but do you really mean what you say? It seems like it depends on the day. You make me want to break down, fall down to my knees, but when you're gonna calm down, I'm asking you, oh please. You make me feel low down, cause you know that you're such a tease. After all this, I still want you there to get down with me. Now you come back here to tell me the words that I find hard to believe. The pain I have just gives me a feeling of frustration that makes me feel weak. A weakness that I cannot believe. Yeah. You make me wanna break down, fall down to my knees. But when you're gonna calm down, I'm asking you, oh please. You make me feel low down, cause you know that you're such a tease. After all this, I still want you there to get down with me. Yeah, to get down with me. Yeah.
Oh, you guys, we're going to pay you in Pepsi. You got to get paid. You got to get paid. And now get close to the mic here. We're going to be able to have to hear you because you don't have one on you.
Sure.
You know. All right. Now you saw my little promo on the air, right?
Yes,
that thing
I did.
where I did the Reynolds rap outside on the YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, we have had a lot of experience doing the work outside with people. And tonight was one of those nights where it failed. No, only the tape failed, not the appearance.
Okay.
But you know, we had a camera and we took it outside, and I try to do that every night. I try to do it, but it doesn't usually make YouTube. Now I had an interview with Chuck Scarborough, you know, on the NBC Nightly News. That didn't make YouTube. So I'm trying to figure out how I can have my YouTube tied, if you pardon me. But you know, I want to have some sort of a presence there.
Yeah.
I think people are watching more YouTube than they are actual television.
You think?
I think. What's your name?
Eric.
All right, Eric. Now, all these people in this band, by the time you give their names, it'll be like an enlistment into the Marine Corps.
If you give them Pepsi, it'll be fine.
How many guys you got in the band?
Well, we carried 7, 8, or 9, but because we were going to be on All Night with Joey Reynolds, and Myra liked our song Fall Down, I wanted to make sure to carry 9 for you guys.
Oh, well, Myra's going to pay you, too.
with Pepsi.
So what's this? Who's the young lady here? What's your name? You're on mic. What's your name?
My name is Jenifer Kinder.
Hi, Jenifer. How are you? It's very nice to have a female presence. Cory Kahaney is a comedy female presence tonight. I like it to be surrounded by women. You know, I mean, this is enough already. With the football thing. Do you think women ought to play football?
Actually, we just came from Reno and we had the lingerie football team on the plane with us.
The Philadelphia lingerie team.
Yeah.
They play in lingerie.
Yeah.
Really?
It's a real game of football.
Well, you know, I'm a boxing fan. My father was a fighter. So when Cassius Clay, Muhammad Ali, had his daughter, Layla, she's a boxer, you know, I mean, and a real good one. But men don't like to, they feel uncomfortable with women boxing, except if you're married, you know. Then you don't mind a lot of things. But are you married lady, right? I mean, you seem like you got enough rings to...
We're together.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh, how long has this been going on?
We've been together about 9 years. We were engaged for about 5, and we just got married on stage about 6 months ago.
Anything to do with the band? I mean, did this bring you together? This music bring you together?
Yes, it did.
Really?
Yes, it did.
Well, this is great. You're really cooking. I mean, I love the whole idea of this big band that we're not paying for. You know, you got a website?
Yes, we do. It's just www.theuptownband.com.
All right. Well, thank you for being here. You're going to play again, right?
We'll definitely play again.
Yeah, because you know you set up all this stuff here, and we did rent the hall for a little while.
Yes.
So you know this is better than going to Leonard's. You know what that is, don't you, in Long Island?
No, we don't.
That's the place with the chandelier. You know, it's one of those places where you have a bar mitzvah. You play bar mitzvahs, do you?
We have.
Have you?
Yeah, we have.
What kind of money do you get in that kind of stuff? I mean, because
Coke.
Pepsi.
Oh, Pepsi, I mean. No, Pepsi.
You'll never be here again.
Oh, no. By the way, we would love to come back.
No, you're not leaving. We've got to play some more songs. Thanks for being here tonight. You want to tell the audience anything special? Because you know you got a moment on television here.
Well, we'll take it. We'll definitely take a moment on television.
Do it now.
Okay. What would you like to say? What would you like to discuss that's special?
You talk.
Oh,
I don't have anything special to say.
We have a debut CD that's out, and it's on about 50 or 60 radio stations nationwide. It's called Waiting for Her. And if you just search the Uptown Band on iTunes or YouTube, will come up on CD Baby.
See, we're back into that iTunes and YouTube. Does anybody watch this thing anymore called television? Is anybody watching this?
I think they are. I think they are.
I mean, are we really going to phase this out? Is everybody handheld and nobody's going to be doing this anymore?
It's crazy.
Yeah, because you know they're firing everybody. You know they can't make any money with this thing anymore. We're going to have to bring it back, I guess.
Well, the cable companies, you know,
they just bought NBC. Yes. Cable company bought NBC.
I saw that. That's right.
What do you mean, yes?
No, but I did see that. I did see that.
Well, I'll have you play again a little later on, okay?
Please,
if you don't mind. And I want to take it back a little bit to the comics here because these guys are probably the salvation of television, I would say.
You're probably right.
Now, are you over there, Ross? Ross, are you talking to the rest of the panel? Come on now. I want you to show everybody. You're from Hornell, New York, right?
Hornell, New York.
Hornell, okay.
With an H. That's Hornell, Hornell.
While I'm walking my way back to the set,
I'll show you the best way to understand.
Show me the state of New York on your leg.
See, I came up with a New York foot map.
All right, let's see it.
New York State is shaped much like a shoe and sock. You see that right there? And so if you imagine, there's New York City down here. That's where we are right there. There's Albany. There's Syracuse, Rochester, Buffalo's out here. Hornell is located right down here, about 60 miles south of Rochester, and it's about 90 miles southeast of Buffalo. Is that what they call the Finger Lake region? See that right there? That's the Finger Lake region. Goes right across that.
I think I can see my house from here. It's to the left of your bunion, right there.
And it smells like a foot where he lives.
Corey,
apparently.
what were you were going to say something? What was it that?
Oh, I don't have anything. This Pepsi.
This kind of spontaneous humor is what you're going to find in our show, Pastrami on Rye with
Center
Mayo.
Square with Joey Reynolds.
I feel like we're on a sports talk show.
On sports?
I just have this feeling like we're really doing commentary on something. Did you see the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I did.
Fabulous game. Fabulous game. I was on the edge of my seat.
Well, good. We're going to take a break and we'll come right back. Joey Reynolds here with a gang of 4. And you guys are, remember that Chinese gang of 4? Yeah.
Yes.
They executed
I went to school.
We'll be right back.
I can't believe it. This is the 3rd time this month my PC crashed. The last crash cost me $2,500 and they only restored a portion of my data.
You should check out this new online backup software called Desk Protect. I can easily recover from a crash at any time.
Desk Protect? Must be complicated.
Not at all. With Desk Protect, you just run a simple installation process, and within minutes, you can select the data you need protected.
Sounds expensive.
How's less than $6 a month sound?
$6 a month. Even I can afford that.
Computer problems? Not a problem for Computer Haven. At a loss at what to do when a computer malfunctions or that inevitable virus strikes? Then call the guys at Computer Haven, the safe place for all your computing needs. Experts in computer and laptop repair, upgrades, and new custom-built PC desktops and Macs. Give us a call today, 732-264-1100, or visit us at computerhaven-nj.com.
Picture wonderful guests, terrific music, and comics that are really funny, and a host that's okay. That's me, Joey Reynolds, on NBC's New York Nonstop, and what the show is called is All Night with Joey Reynolds. We're actually doing the show from the NASDAQ market site, which is at 43rd and Broadway in Times Square. This is a show worth staying up for all night with Joey Reynolds on NBC's New York Nonstop. I think you won't have to sing Send in the Clowns on this show. We got Cory Kahaney, Dave Konig,
Yay.
Tom Cotter, and Ross Bennett. And at this point in time, we've all hung out enough to where Cory hasn't said enough, and she is the lead comic in this country right now. So we've got to put the spotlight on her for a minute. She's the pastrami.
Dun-dun-dun.
She's the pastrami on that bread.
Yes,
I'll interview you a little bit, all right?
Go ahead.
All right, you've got a show that's on the road, and it's called what?
It's called Pastrami on Rye with Mayo.
Okay, are you the mayo?
No, I am not.
You're the pastrami.
I'm the pastrami.
Right.
I'm the smoked meat.
All right. Now, when you're working with these maniacs here, Why would you ever subject yourself to this torture?
Well, you know, I used to have a show with all women. It was called The Princesses of Comedy. And there were so many emails and crying and phone calls and apologies and do you like me and did I upset you, that I said, next show I'm going to do all men because I can't deal with the headaches. Let me just tell you, same amount of phone calls, same amount of emails, same amount of, is he mad at me? It's so funny. So I thought that I was going to save myself a lot of headaches, and it's a lot of fun. But it's different headaches this time.
By the way, is Ross mad at me?
He's not mad at you.
Did I buy you pears for Christmas?
You did buy me pears for Christmas.
All right.
And they were tasty pears, too.
What we did was
you have a nice pear.
We wrote a show about the four of us that's true. We are the last 4 comedians who work the Catskills. And
Actually, they're the last 3 comedians working the Catskills. I'm trying to break into working the Catskills, which is a great career move on my part.
Yeah. Talk about coming late to the party.
Yes, I'm also looking for a ribbon for my typewriter and a needle for my record player, Joey.
Well, the Catskills has what left now? 2 hotels?
Well, it has 2 hotels, but there are a lot of gigs still that we do, like Saturday night gigs.
Bungalow communities.
Yes.
Orthodox
homeowners
Jewish.
Communities. Yes. I don't do a lot of the Orthodox communities, but those guys do.
Well, she doesn't own a wig.
Do you go down to Florida? Is that part of this?
We've been going down to Florida a lot.
We got a whole bunch of dates coming up in Florida. Next week we're going down there.
Yeah,
we're going to play all the Century Villages, right?
Yes.
Anywhere where there's 2 old Jews gathered together, we'll be there doing this show.
But you can only do it every couple years, right?
No, but the Century Village, not at all. We can actually do the exact same show, the exact same act every year at Century Village because
they won't remember.
They don't remember.
We can actually do it. We can actually do it every night.
Every night.
And just for the entire season.
And they'll just be delighted.
All we do is change our clothes.
But Joey, and I know your next question is going to be if somebody was interested in booking pastrami on rye with mayo.
How would they go about doing that?
I know you're dying to know. Ross,
I wasn't even thinking that.
Really? Oh, I apologize.
I was going to apologize.
Were you wondering if pastrami on rye with mayo had some kind of, website of some kind?
Is there a website?
Apparently, if you go on, pastrami on rye with mayo.com.
Yeah.
You can see clips of the show and see all our calendar, all the dates we got coming up. It's lots of entertainment. Samples, if you will. You were talking about the internet and how people sample things on the internet. That's a good start.
I didn't get to the part called spam. So Tom, how are you with this configuration? You like working with these other guys?
I do. You know, we're all on Cory's cycle now, so it's fun working together. We like that.
Every 28 days we go nuts.
My breasts are tender.
It's a schwinn.
It's a schwinn. That is it. Thank you for covering for me.
Anything I can do?
I really like it. We are the Mayo of the pastrami on rye mayo, and we really talk about how the Catskills used to be such a Jewish mecca, and here we are, 2 Gentiles, 2 goyim. Kind of worming our way in and really liking it. And we love working in Florida, although they can't clap.
Well, listen, Tom, let's be honest. We carry the show. I mean, they've seen what they do year in, year out, all the Jewish stuff. We come in, they mock mayo. They mock mayo.
In fairness, you carry the show because you're Gentile and you can fix things. But
much like Jesus carried the cross, we carry the show.
And yet I notice you've been inserting your little Yiddishisms into your act just to fit in a little better down here. You're all learning Yiddish as you go along.
We're secular.
Yeah.
You're as Yiddish.
Well, now wait a minute. Let's put this also on the table here. Dave Konig became a Christian.
Hello.
This is true.
Hello.
I did go through a conversion process. I went from Jewish to Catholic and back to Jewish. See, that way I can understudy any role in the show.
Yeah, but you have to understand that Dave converting to Catholicism was a business decision.
Yes.
Okay?
And a poor one.
Very
after
Jewish.
a discussion,
Which harkens back to his Jewish roots.
after a discussion with his accountant, they looked at the charts and it just wasn't paying off. So he didn't really convert back to Judaism.
We kicked him out. We actually kicked him out of Catholicism.
They had a meeting, actually, and it was decided to ask me to leave Catholicism altogether and don't let the door hit you on
You
the
were
way out.
excommunicated.
And how I was.
Yes.
Yeah.
And your kids are all screwed up.
Well, my wife is Irish Catholic.
Oh, they're not screwed up.
And no, the kids are fine.
You signed a pledge.
Well, I had a vow to raise the kids Catholic, which works out fine. It's fine. My kids might be a little anti-Semitic, just a little joke. Now, you hear comments. I don't want to make a big deal. The other day, my 4-year-old son asked me if I'd buy him his own real car. You know, I thought that was cute. I said, no, Dad, he can't do that. That would cost too much money. You know what he said? He said, you people. That's all you ever think about. My own kid said this, Joey. My own kid said this in my act over and over again every night.
Really? Dave, your children actually said this to you?
You know, my kids built a clubhouse in the backyard. I asked if I could join. My 8-year-old pulled me aside. He said, look, if it were up to me, my own kid.
It was up to him what? He would let you in the club?
The other day, I told my kids to turn off the TV, Ross. You know what? They said, I swear one of them said, see, I told you they control the media. I swear to God.
By they mean big people like parents.
Yeah, that could be one interpretation of that particular gag from my act, yes.
And a fine bit from your act it is.
Thank you very much.
It really is. You know, what's fun about our show is we're all on stage for the entire show. So while one of us is doing our stand-up, the other ones are also on stage. So I get to hear these guys' acts every night. And I just want to say right now, I'm sick of it. I hate it.
I enjoy listening to their material, and your stuff is killing for me in Florida lately. So it's fun working with these guys. Wow. And this young lady who is actually, you know,
at the places where you work.
Of the ship.
How do you like being here? How do you like this show here?
Oh, I love this. Yeah, I love you on radio too. But thank you for having me here. You know.
Does this suit you, or do you find fault with it?
Unfortunately, because of the Federal Witness Protection Program, I'm in violation of the Bureau restraining orders. But no one needs to know. Right? It's our little secret. It's good to be. The other day, this woman recognized me, and she said, "That's him, officer, third from the left." And it felt good to me
to know that they get that kind of recognition.
Like that. Yeah. So it's good to be on TV late at night, and this is on at midnight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is
how about you, Cory? Are you happy with this appearance here tonight? I mean, is this something that's?
It's a career maker. It really is. I can't wait for the emails. Well, you know, the internet's going to explode tonight when I get home.
Cory was concerned that you weren't happy with our performance today. She was a little, during the break, she was a little concerned. She said, is Joey happy with what we're doing? Is he okay? Is he enjoying this? And I told her, I said, I really don't know. Are you happy with what we're doing?
I'm thrilled. I think it's one of the best appearances that you've ever had here.
That I've ever had.
Yeah, because it took you away from trying to take over my job.
I'm not trying to take your job, although if you ever need a night off, I am available.
His car has a vanity plate that says Joey's job. I don't know if you've seen that.
Right.
I don't know what it means. I'm just telling you what I've seen.
It means I'm in deep you-know-what.
No, it doesn't.
No, not at all.
No, you guys are great. I hope the pastrami on rye, is that what it is?
Pastrami on rye with mayo.
Yeah.
We're leaving out the most important part.
.com. And everybody can go and see it and then find out. Are you going to be working in the city, working in New York?
We are not scheduled to. We have some stuff coming up in New Jersey.
Yeah.
But you know, you can find all the dates of where we're going to be on Pastrami on Rye.
With Mayo.
With Mayo.com.
But it's a real fun show, and it's a celebration of the Catskills and that type of comedy and that type of humor, and people are digging it. People are digging it.
Well,
Can I add one little thing?
Yeah.
One little thing. You have to realize, we also all work individually.
And are available.
So, I mean, like we're in New York City right here. We all work in the city at different clubs around the city. We all do. And if you wanted to hire like any of us, or maybe just one of us, you just wanted to hire one of us. You could do that.
Yeah.
What you do is you go on the internet and you type in our name under Google.
For example, like DaveKonig.com.
Tom Cotter.
Let's go right on that website.
RossBennett.com. Cory Kahaney.
Cory Kahaney.
Her name is Kahaney.
Kahaney, Cory Kahaney. If you want somebody with television credits, you could go to me. But then, you know, otherwise go with the funny people.
You know, a lot of times the people who, you know, Tom's done very good television shows also. You've been on the Letterman show.
You're ruining the joke, though. You're ruining.
He's been on the Tonight Show.
Yes.
I was on Evening at the Improv in 1987.
I just shot an episode of a new pilot for new Law and Order. I wasn't on one of the big. I was on the spinoff that didn't. I was on Law and Order Parking Violations Bureau. Played a guy who parked in the no parking zone. It was very suspenseful.
Yeah, I was on a reality show you might be familiar with called To Catch a Predator. I had a jacket over my head.
You have a recurring role on that show.
Yes,
yes, very
I
nice.
have an audition for a snuff film. I don't know how that's going to go.
Next summer,
I'll help you get ready.
Next summer, you can see me on Survivor East Hampton. 6 Jews on the beach, no sunblock. Check your local listings for that, Joey.
Well,
I have a self-help book that I'm very excited about.
Which is what?
It's called Love Me, Love Me. Oh God, somebody please love me. And that's going to be coming out in bookstores very soon. So you can look for that on the internet.
I'm waiting for the video, which I've actually already shot.
I'm waiting for the video game. That sounds like fun too.
Well, you
I'll
guys,
take Joey Reynolds to block.
You guys are great. You're great. Thank you for being here, Ross.
Thank you for having us.
Tom.
Yay.
And Dave, maybe. Also, Cory Kahaney.
Thank you, Joey,
Thank
for
you.
having us
Pastrami
so
on
much.
rye with mayo.
That's right.
Right?
Yes, you got
Skip
it.
the mayo.
God bless Joey Reynolds.
God bless
Joey Reynolds.
And Pepsi
And
Cola.
Pepsi Max.
We'll be right back.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I finished mine. It's all gone.
When New York celebrities have something to say, they head for the stoop.
This is my stoop. I gotta come to the stoop.
Talk Stoop.
I feel like we're so close that we could kiss. This is a whole other kind of stoop.
It's where Cat Greenleaf gets people talking.
What? Really?
Yep.
That's amazing. Yes. Listen, Naked. Do you mind if I call you Naked?
Tell me something good. The best of New York on a stoop in Brooklyn.
The celebrity butts that have graced the stoop.
Talk Stoop, weeknights at 8 on New York Nonstop. Sponsored by Cozy. Life should be delicious.
I'm an anchor and a pilot.
I am passionate about chocolate.
I am a ballerina.
I'm the daughter of a jazz musician.
I am a 4-time New York Golden Glove champion.
I'm my grandpa.
Yeah, I'm a grandma.
I'm interested in the story behind the story.
I'm making this look natural.
I am glamorous.
I'm an anchor and a blues girl.
I am all about my craft.
I am New York.
I am New York.
I'm a New Yorker.
I am New York.
I am New York.
I recommend a steak.
This place is fantastic. I recommend this place.
We're all about New Yorkers. LX New York. It's the story of the moment. A taste of the best. It's opening night. A helping hand. The characters of New York. The spirit of New York. Told our way. LX New York. Weekdays at 5. We're all over town.
Times Square in the heart of New York City. Welcome to All Night with Joey Reynolds. Joey's guest tonight, comic David Konig. Independent Party official Carrie Sackett. Comic Tom Cotter. Comedian Cory Kahaney. Author and jazz critic Will Friedwald. And our musical guest, Pamela Luss. The Uptown Band featuring Erich, Cawalla, and Jenifer. Ladies and gentlemen, Joey Reynolds.
We're going to need a bigger audience, I think. We're going to need some applause after that. You're just really pumping it, Carl. I like that, though. It's nice. Dave Konig is his name. Dave Konig. And he's been on often enough now to where we should probably get his name right. But you know, everybody screws up once in a while. I got my own name. Somebody called me Jerry Reynolds this morning. I always hate that because it's Joey. But it's easy. It's an easy slip. You know, Jerry and Joey, they're rhythmic. I was on a show called, what was it called? Open. And it's on the Bronx Net with Dr. Bob Lee. And he's a guy who's a very nice guy. He's mellow. He's on WBLS. He's on the radio. And he has a television show, which he invited me to be on this morning. And he called me Jerry Reynolds. So I want to say hello to Bill Lee, Dr. Bob. No, you know, when we get the name wrong, it's kind of, people don't like to have you screw around with their names. And the other thing is to not screw around with somebody's family. You know, I mean, you start making fun of their family, boy, you're in trouble. In this particular show, we have created no ill feelings yet because we've only been on 3 weeks. But give me a good month, and then we'll start building that base of people who find resentment as a comfort zone. And in this enlightened period of our lives, we have a lot of people who are looking at television with the channel changer and with the cell phone in the other hand, and they also are doing things with their knees. You know, I mean, everybody's trying to get around and use all the electronics they possibly can. We want to put all of our lives into a little bit of I would say in the 70 or 80 or 90 years we live now, people want to max it out. They want to use everything they possibly can so that we don't miss a minute of life itself. And in the process, we kind of lose our souls, and we also lose our family ties and some of the things that bring us all together. So what I was thinking, the guy that probably had it figured out the best was Walt Disney, because he created Frontierland, which is the history, Tomorrowland, which is the future, and also the Magic Kingdom, which is right now. So you have those 3 places to go in Disney. He was pretty insightful, and you know, our lives need balance. So if we take and we have a sense of history from the older people if we are younger, and I noticed that today when I was with Dr. Bob this morning, or is it Bill? When I was with him this morning at the Bronxville Net, the kids around us are college kids, and they don't have the sense of history because they haven't lived that long, and they're not hanging out with people like ourselves who have lived through a bunch of stuff. So you need to have the history sense, the Frontierland. You need to have the Davy Crockett, and you also need to have the Tomorrowland, which is the future. That's those guys. And staying in the present with all of this mix, we probably will have a pretty interesting life. And our society is losing a sense of history, and it's also losing that great hope of Tomorrowland by the older people not wanting to be in adventure land. We don't want to be in that place where we are experiencing the future. So we got to bring everybody together. That's what I'm trying to do with the show. And I was explaining that this morning to the kids at the Lehman College. I said, I want to bring everybody together because television could do it. This could be the meeting room. This could be the place where you come every night where everybody really sees, okay, there's a little bit of rock and roll, there's a little bit of jazz. It's a mixed menu. There's a rap, there's hip hop like we've been doing all week. You know, I mean, we present all different kinds of people with all points of view. I'm not politically aligned with anybody. You know that. I'm not pushing anyone in particular. And I think that when you get on the air and you have all of these things and you put them together, you probably have a community. And that's what we're trying to develop, just in case anybody wonders what the purpose of the show is. And I'll tell you where I got that from. Hugh Hefner. Because when he was young and attractive and when he could still get it up, and someone would question that at this point, but only me would say that. I think years ago he said that his entire magazine, Playboy, which we thought was smutty because I was 13, you know, he built it on a philosophy. He said it's a philosophy. And you can't do anything without a philosophy. You know, what's the philosophy of the show? The philosophy of this particular show is to build community. And in that place where what we call television, radio, internet, putting them all together and presenting this around the world, we probably would come up with everybody's ideas and thoughts and putting them in a room in Times Square, which is the #1 playground in the world, I think. Everybody comes here, whether they like it or not, at one time or another. When you come to New York, you always stop here. And there isn't anybody that doesn't want to be on Times Square. Not anybody. So here we are in the #1 showcase of the world, presenting this show every night with everybody's ideas, concepts, thoughts, things failing, which is good. When they fail, you learn from failure. I never learned anything from winning, honestly. I don't think at this point in time the Green Bay Packers are going to learn anything from Sunday. I think Pittsburgh's going to learn. But you know, there's a whole thing that you do right now on that we really need to do on this show, and that's for me to shut up and get some music on. And I'm going to do it right this minute. And I would like to present another angle. Now, here's someone who does put that together. Her husband is a wonderful jazz critic, very high-end, celebrated, major magazines,